Welcome back. This is Richard Kuhns, author of How to Get Your Life Back from Morgellons, Chronic Lyme, and Other Skin Parasites, welcoming you to Managing Stress. Now, this is a segment of the program that we love to do because stress can, well, there was a fellow who said, he wrote a book, and the book was titled Mind as Healer, Mind as Slayer, S-L-A-Y-E-R. And the more you know about stress, the better you're going to live and more effectively you will live. The less you know about stress, the more you're going to be at the effect of stress. So, if you know very little about stress, it can kill you. It really can. And the more you know about managing stress and what to do, and that comes into nutrition, it comes into relaxation, it comes into cognitive shifting, it comes into shifting your vibrations and all kinds of things that we talked about. It comes to listening to music, which is vibrations. It comes to telling jokes or listening to jokes, and that's vibrations, because this is all good. Gloom and doom and fear and anxiety are going to kill you. And people have committed suicide from Morgellons because of lack of knowing what to do, lack of getting help, lack of support. And it can be particularly a stressful situation if you're living in a family where you're the only one that has it and you're the nut. They blame it on your drugs. You lapsed back into drugs, so maybe you had a few joints when you were younger or whatever, and you got and now they obviously know it's nothing but drugs. You're a druggie, and they make fun or what. That's stressful. And after going to doctor after doctor, and earlier one lady shared that she had been to not one, two, or even 5 doctors, or even 10 doctors, but 30. And we had a lady a couple of years ago shared that she had been to 40. Got nowhere. That can be stressful. Just going and sitting in the damn doctor's office and waiting for your turn, time after time, that is stressful. Stress that normally wouldn't be there if you had tumbled upon Morgellons and had it pop into your life and open up the myriad of problems that arise. So this segment is about helping to manage those stresses, to adjust our vibrations, to adjust our thinking, to deal with stress. Because when you are stressed out, your sympathetic nervous system is in play. You feel more anxious, your sweat gland activity increases, your heart rate, your blood pressure, all this, you're ready to fight or run, and there's no place, you're lying in bed at 2 a.m. and there's no place to run and there's nothing to fight, but you've got this tumultuous thinking going on and gloom and doom. And so it's beneficial to catch yourself. Catch yourself in the moment of stress and shift. Do something. Recognize, stress is getting me, and do something. Whether it be deep breathing, or whether it get up and turn on YouTube and get harmonics. Someone talked about the vibrations, and there are many YouTube vibration programs that you can get and play. Adjust your thinking. So this is the segment that we talk about, the different techniques that you can use to make that shift. So what technique might we use today, Robin?
I was thinking tapping, because when I was listening to people talk, there's a lot of anxiety today, and tapping works especially well for anxiety.
That is so true. In fact, sometimes deep breathing simply makes you more anxious because you're
Right.
trying to get relaxed, and whereas so deep breathing is what we call an internal system where you focus inward, and sometimes when you focus inward, that doesn't help. It just makes you more anxious. And tapping is a technique where you focus outward. It's like if you're walking in a wooded area and you hear a twig break, what happens? You stop and you're listening outward where that suddenly, when that happens, your heart rate drops, your breathing drops, and you're listening for where that twig is, what happened. So that's what the tapping exercise is about. It is an external technique. So Robin's going to take us through the tapping exercise. Thank you, Robin.
Okay, so we haven't done this in a while, but
Yeah, months.
yeah, it's been a while. So we are going to use the first two fingers of each hand, and actually we're going to start with like a very gentle karate chop on our one wrist, from one hand to a wrist. We're going to be tapping on the top of our head, above our eyes, on the side of our eyes, under our nose or chin, and right under our neck. And I'm going to be saying things. You can do this at home, and you can watch it on the video, and you can change the things you're saying. But these things are, it's kind of like reassuring yourself that it's okay to feel your feelings. And when you give yourself permission, it's then you start to release those feelings. And that's what has happened for me with tapping. So first we're going to take a cleansing breath in the nose and out through the mouth. And then we're going to gently tap on our wrist with one hand 10 times. And just breathe. Okay, and now we're going to tap on the top of our head very gently with those two fingers, and we're going to say, this situation is so hard, but I will love myself in the midst of it no matter what. And then on our forehead, it really stinks. It is not fun at all, but no matter what, I will love myself. On the side of our eyes, this situation is so challenging, but I'm going to take care of myself in the midst of it, and I'm going to be kind to myself. Under our eyes, it's hard to see through to the light, but I am going to love myself even when it's dark and trust that the light is there. Under our chin, under our nose, it's very challenging to be in a hopeless, what feels hopeless, but I'm going to cling to hope and know and love myself in spite of everything going on. On our chin, I hate this situation, but no matter what, I'm going to love myself. And then right under our neck, breathe in, release, gently rub there to release tension. One more cleansing breath. And Sister's tea, lemon water, get rid of those toxins.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Yes.
I just have an affinity for lemon water. Wow. Lemonade.
I'm going to make some frozen lemon water popsicles because it's been so hot.
Yeah.
I have things.
Give me the language again. I love and accept myself, or I choose what?
I said it very differently. I said, this situation is really hard, this situation stinks, but in the middle of it, I will love and honor myself. No matter what, I'm going to love myself in the midst of it. That's the key.
Right. Now, we could spend probably an hour explaining what that means and really the context of that. Because what it is saying is that instead of resisting where you are, and this is typical, and I'm susceptible to this too. We get into a state of being, and we don't like it, we hate it, we want to escape it, and we can't find our way out. And we fight it, and we resist it, and we can't find our way out. And our thoughts just go over and over and over, and we can't find our way out. And this goes to, there's a law, and that law is what you resist persists. What you resist persists. So if you are in a state of being depressed, being anxious, and fighting it, what does that happen? What happens? It persists. You will stay there. So when you can choose to be where you are, when you can choose to be depressed, it doesn't feel good, it doesn't, yeah, then you can move beyond it. But as long as you resist it, the creativity required to get beyond it will be beyond your reach. And it takes creativity to get beyond it. It takes acknowledgement of where I am and where I want to be, and then remembering that we have techniques, that yes, you have power. You can shift your vibrations. You can shift your thinking. You can shift what you own. And that's sometimes hard to remember, that you have that power. But it's there. And this tapping exercise is a good way of connecting with it, because it's kind of like tapping it. Like, wake up, stupid. Tap your head. Wake up. You can get out of this. Of course, we're tapping ourselves a lot more gently. It's a gentle way of knowing, this is where I am. This is how I feel about where I am. And I can move beyond it. It's neurolinguistics, in a sense, because it is really connecting the mental with the physical. So thank you, Robin.